Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into a crucial aspect of efficient cloud environment management, automating the teardown of non-production EKS and GKE clusters. In the fast-paced world of cloud-native development, unmanaged environments can become a significant drain on resources and budget. We'll explore why manual teardown processes are inefficient and error-prone, leading to higher cloud costs and slower development cycles. By the end of this session, you'll understand the compelling reasons for automation and the fundamental principles behind building a robust, automated teardown strategy for your non-production environments. This is not just about saving money. It's about optimizing resource utilization and boosting developer productivity. Let's be honest, manual teardowns are nobody's favorite task. They are inherently time-consuming, requiring engineers to context switch away from their core development activities. This process is also highly susceptible to human error. A forgotten resource or a misconfigured deletion can lead to orphaned infrastructure or incomplete cleanups. The result? Inconsistent environment states across your development, testing, and staging landscapes, making debugging and replication a nightmare. Ultimately, this directly impacts developer productivity, as they spend valuable time managing infrastructure rather than building features. We need a better way. Before we dive deeper, it's important to understand where teardown fits within the broader concept of environment lifecycle management. ELM encompasses all stages of an environment's existence, from its initial provisioning and setup, through its configuration and deployment, to continuous monitoring and scaling. Crucially, it includes the decommissioning or teardown phase. This isn't just about getting rid of an environment. It's about making sure that the entire lifecycle is treated as a continuous, optimized process. Neglecting any stage, especially teardown, undermines the efficiency gains achieved elsewhere. Our primary focus today is on non-production environments. Why? Because these environments, development, testing, staging, are often characterized by their ephemeral nature. They are spun up for specific features, pull requests, or testing cycles, and then, ideally, should be spun down. However, without automation, they tend to persist, leading to significant cost overruns. This uncontrolled growth is what we call resource sprawl. By automating teardown in non-prod, we not only cut costs, but also enable faster iteration cycles, as developers can confidently create and destroy environments without fear of long-term resource impact. The motivations for automating teardown are compelling. Foremost among them are the tangible financial benefits. We're talking about potential 30–50% cost savings on your cloud bills, simply by ensuring that resources are only consumed when actively needed. This leads to optimized resource utilization, eliminating wasted compute, storage, and networking capacity. Beyond cost, automation significantly reduces operational overhead. Your operations teams can focus on more strategic initiatives rather than manual cleanup tasks. Furthermore, a cleaner environment often correlates with an enhanced security posture, as there are fewer unused attack vectors lying around. When we talk about EKS and GKE, we're talking about managed Kubernetes clusters on AWS and GCP, respectively. Teardown isn't just about deleting the cluster itself. A Kubernetes cluster is a complex ecosystem of associated cloud resources. This includes the worker nodes, network load balancers, security groups, IAM roles, and often persistent volumes in storage that might be outside the direct control of Kubernetes but are associated with it. We also need to consider networking components, like VPCs, subnets, and routing roles that were provisioned specifically for the cluster. A robust teardown process must account for all these interdependencies to ensure a complete and clean removal. Designing the automation workflow is key. It starts with clearly defined teardown criteria, such as an environment being inactive for 24 hours or a pull request being merged. Next, we establish scheduled triggers, perhaps nightly or weekly, to initiate the check. The workflow then performs cluster resource discovery to identify all components tied to the environment. Following this, secure deletion execution handles the actual removal with built-in safeguards. Finally, notification and logging are crucial for transparency, auditing, and debugging. A well-designed workflow ensures predictability and reliability. Implementing this automation requires the right toolkit. Infrastructure as code tools like Terraform or CloudFormation are fundamental for defining and managing your cloud resources, making their eventual teardown equally declarative. Serverless functions such as AWS Lambda or GCP Cloud Functions are perfect for executing event-driven teardown logic without managing servers. CI/CD pipelines like Jenkins or GitLab CI can orchestrate the entire process, integrating teardown into your existing development workflows. Finally, leveraging cloud APIs and SDKs allows for granular control and direct interaction with cloud services to ensure comprehensive cleanup. To ensure your automated teardown is both effective and safe, consider these best practices. Always implement soft deletion/grace periods to prevent accidental data loss, allowing for recovery. Establish a clear notification system to inform developers about impending deletions. Role-based access control, RBAC, is critical to limit who can trigger or configure teardown processes. Start with a gradual rollout and monitoring, perhaps targeting less critical environments first, and rigorously monitor its behavior. Lastly, regular auditing of your teardown logs will help identify any missed resources or inefficiencies, continuously refining your process. In conclusion, automating EKS/GKE cluster teardown for non-production environments is not just a nice-to-have, it's a strategic imperative. The benefits are clear: significant cost reductions directly impacting your bottom line. It leads to improved resource governance, ensuring that your cloud infrastructure is always optimized and under control. Developers experience enhanced developer agility as they are freed from infrastructure management burdens. And perhaps less obvious, it results in reduced security exposure by minimizing the attack surface of dormant resources. Embrace automation, streamline your environment lifecycle, and unlock the true potential of your cloud investments. Thank you, and I'm happy to take any questions.